What's going on, guys? Me, David Films here, and I'm back with not another episode, but something new. In this video, I'm going to be giving my thoughts and opinions on the 2016 Stanley Cup playoffs, and that's right, guys, my Bruins choked there at the end of the year against Ottawa, and that was one of the most painful games to ever watch. Yeah, that just freaking sucked. And in the background of this commentary, there will be, obviously, the Washington Capitals versus the Chicago Blackhawks. And the final score of this game does not represent who I think will actually win the Cup. But, yeah, speaking of the Cup, no more stalling. Let's just get right into this. So, yeah, so the very first matchup that I have here. Oh, and by the way, I know that it is, there's like 3 games in, but I guess this video is very, very late. But this is still what I picked. This is how I think it will go. And some of this will be wrong, but this is what I did predict before this ever started. But so I have Dallas versus Minnesota, and I have Dallas winning in 4 games. I just feel like Tyler Seguin and Jamie Benn, they'll just light it up, man. Minnesota does not stand a chance. All they have is Zach Parise, Ryan Suter. You know, Dallas is going places this year, except maybe not against the next team that I'm about to talk about, and it is St. Louis versus Chicago, and right now St. Louis is winning 2-1 in the series, but I still think Chicago will pull it out. I predicted 5 games, so I am wrong there. But, yeah, Chicago, I feel, is just a better playoff team than St. Louis. St. Louis has just had a terrible history, and if St. Louis somehow does manage to beat Chicago, Dallas will win the Stanley Cup right there. So, yeah, so it's either going to be Dallas or Chicago winning the Cup. That's pretty much what I picked. Spoilers for the video, but yeah, anyway, next we have Anaheim versus Nashville, and I picked the Mighty Ducks to win in 6 games, and they're letting me down, man. Aren't they down 2-0 against Nashville? Maybe not by the time I upload this. Like, yeah, the series numbers might be completely different, but I predicted Anaheim to win 6 games. You know, reasonable. Nashville, I just don't think they're as good as Anaheim, and Anaheim is the first seed for a reason, and I like to think about, you know, the rankings that way. Like, this team is in first place for a freaking reason. Though that I used that logic last year and lost the challenge because of freaking Chicago in that 3rd seed, and yeah, they won the Cup last year. So anyway, we're still in the Western Conference. We have the LA Kings versus the San Jose Sharks, and this game is going to be physical. It will be explosive, and I have LA pulling it out in 7 games. It obviously won't be a 4-game sweep, but you know, it could honestly go either way, but I don't have them going that far. But now we're going to go to the eastern side of things in the first round. Still in the first round, we have Washington versus Philadelphia, and you know, the team that knocked my Bruins out, of course I'm going to pick against them, but I mean, it's Philadelphia. All right, man, like, they suck. They just honestly, they just suck. That's I'm sorry, but I don't know how else to say it. But yeah, they're going to lose in 4 games to Washington because of Alexander Ovechkin and just how awesome that Capitals team is. Next up, we have Pittsburgh and New York Rangers, and I have Pittsburgh winning this. They were just hot coming into the playoffs. I just felt like they could continue that, and I don't know. I just don't feel like New York will go very far this year, but I do have that in 7 games. I feel like it'll be close because New York is still good. And Pittsburgh has just been on fire, so it will be a very, very, very close round. Anyway, right here, we have the Florida Panthers going up against the New York Islanders, and right now the Islanders, I know, are winning 2-0 in the series, and but I do have Florida pulling this out in 5 games, which once again will be impossible. So yeah, it will be 6 games then if I have this correctly. I just don't think the New York Islanders can do it, man. Like, although, yes, they are winning right now, I just don't feel like they can put away Florida. And Florida, once again, is the #1 seed for a reason. I just realized that I picked the #1 seed in every single one of the matchups. All right, that doesn't matter, though. And this last matchup, actually, the Florida matchup and this next matchup are just complete jokes, in my opinion. Like, Tampa Bay Lightning against Detroit. Tampa Bay is beaten, and Detroit knocked out my Bruins, so I have to... wait, I picked against Tampa Bay? Oh, there's a mistake. I didn't mean to pick it. Okay. Tampa Bay is going to go far. All right. Out of those 4 teams, the past 4 teams I've mentioned, they're going to go far. And I think they'll beat Florida or New York Islanders if they get by Detroit. But right now, what I picked was Detroit in 7 games. I think it was because I just learned that Stamkos was injured and Anton Strom, and they're just pounded with injuries, but freaking Tyler Johnson, Nikita Kucherov, and Andre Palat, they don't care. Neither does the cheat code, all right? He cheats. He has wall hacks. It's not even fair. So, yeah, I'm going to go against what I said here, and I'm going to say Tampa Bay as the second seed is going to beat Detroit, who's the third seed. Now, on to the second round. I have the Dallas, this is in Western Conference, by the way, the Dallas Stars going up against the Chicago Blackhawks. I have Chicago winning that because they're clutch. They have Jonathan Toews, Patrick Kane, Duncan Keith. That's the trio of the century, and as long as Corey Crawford, actually, you know what, he doesn't even need to play well because of the skill that's on this team, just the depth. Like, Toews and Kane don't even have to play together. Panarin and Anisimov and just Marian Hossa, everyone has just stepped up for Chicago. Although their defensive core seems a little bit iffy, I feel like this will just be a complete shootout of a series with tons and tons of goals. And, yeah, Dallas does not have that great of a defense. I think they actually have a worse, less effective defense than Chicago does, so that's why I picked Chicago over them. Now, we have the Anaheim Ducks going against the LA Kings. This is going to be also another California rivalry. I feel like LA will be extremely beaten up and tired from San Jose, and Anaheim, I mean, they're going to blow right past LA. If I had to pick the games, I'd probably say 5 or 6. I don't think it'll be a game 7. Again, I just think the LA will be too tired and too, you know, like, oh my God, we barely beat San Jose. Now we have to go against Anaheim. Like, are you serious? That's what I think they will be thinking. So I picked Anaheim, although Anaheim has really been letting me down here. So I guess I'm still going to stick with it because they could still come back against Nashville. Now on to the Eastern Conference, we have Washington and Pittsburgh. I don't think I have to say anything here. Washington obviously beats Pittsburgh. Doesn't matter how hot Pittsburgh is. You know, Alexander Ovechkin will always be greater than Sidney Crosby. Next, Florida and not Detroit, but Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay. I'll pick Tampa Bay over Florida any day of the week. As from what I have seen, Tampa Bay, man, they can get it done with like hardly any people. So now on to the Western Conference finals. We have Chicago at number 3, the number 3 seed, and Anaheim as the number 1 seed. And I have Chicago winning against Anaheim. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Anaheim will lose in back-to-back years to the Chicago Blackhawks. And, yep, again, just such a clutch team. I shouldn't have picked against them last year. I actually had St. Louis beating them last year. And St. Louis failed me. And then I think Nashville failed me, and then Anaheim failed me. So, you know, that's just how it's going to go. So, you know, you have to pick the team that won the Stanley Cup last year. You know, maybe I should have actually, you know what, maybe I should have picked the LA Kings to keep the pattern going the past freaking 4 years. Thanks, NHL writers. I know it's not rigged, unlike the NFL. Cough, cough. Huh. Anyway, now on to the Eastern Conference finals. We have the Washington Capitals at number 1 and the Tampa Bay Lightning at number 2. I'd still pick Washington because, again, Tampa Bay is without Steven Stamkos, although he could return by then. You know what? Maybe. Do I want to change all this? I mean, Tampa Bay, I just think they got too injured. And I have to go with the Washington Capitals right here. Yeah, Washington is a definite choice. You know, picking Tampa Bay would be a little bit risky, but yeah, I'm simply just going to go with Washington over Tampa Bay. I'll say 6 to 7 games. Maybe not. Maybe it'll be like a 4-game sweep. I'm probably wrong on every single one of these predictions, by the way, but that is it for all the lesser rounds. Here we go. The main series. We have the Stanley Cup Finals for 2016. Actually, the 2015 to 2016 season. But anyway, it is going to be Chicago versus Capitals, and I am going to pick Chicago. You can't pick against Patrick Kane. All right, you saw what the guy did last year. You see what he's doing this year. They're just so much better, and there's a reason the Capitals don't have a freaking Stanley Cup yet. 1, it's because they're not the Bruins, and 2, it's because they're trash. And yeah, Alexander Ovechkin cannot get it done. That's all I'm going to say. It doesn't matter how good Holtby plays. It doesn't matter how good their defense plays. They can't beat Jonathan Toews, Patrick Kane, and just that explosive offense and underrated defense of the Chicago Blackhawks. And Corey Crawford, I think, will step up greatly against the attacking offense of Washington, of the young guns in Kuznetsov and Burakovsky, and everyone there, TJ Oshie, and crap, I'm forgetting his name, Nicholas Backstrom. How did I forget Nicholas Backstrom? What the heck is wrong with me? Yeah, but they Washington also has some third line depth, but so does Chicago. So I mean, again, I think it will actually be a scoring shootout. Although Washington does have a pretty good defense, I don't think it will matter because of Kane and Taves. And yeah, that's gonna be it. And for this video, how much time is left? Oh my God, I'm not even a quarter way through. Okay, so you guys can watch the rest of this, see the final score. Yeah, this score again does not represent who I think will actually win the playoffs. I just did it one time. I just simulated it one time, and this is the result I got. So that's gonna be this video, guys. Comment, subscribe, your veggies. Go to school. Dan Carr Films out. Peace and go Chicago.
The goal is under review. Chicago penalty to number 88. Patrick Kane, 2 minutes for charging. Time of the penalty, 18 minutes, 17 seconds. Washington penalty to number 45, Ryan Stanton. 2 minutes for squashing. Time of the penalty, 5 minutes, 28 seconds. Washington penalty to number 43, Tom Wilson. 2 minutes and 50. Time of the penalty, 15 minutes, 11 seconds.